Thank you guys so much for being here tonight. My name's Brittany, and I have been here at Q Sciences for 3 months now. And it has just, I feel like I get like stuck at this part. I'm like, it's honestly just been so far beyond, like beyond what I could have ever hoped or imagined or dreamed of or prayed for in a company, in a job, in all of this. It's been wild. That's all I can say. Um, I have been married for 10 years to my husband, Nick. I have two daughters. I have a 4-year-old daughter named Luca and a 7-year-old daughter named Emmy. And I'm from California, but we recently moved out to Nashville and we are loving it here. It was a big life change, but we love it so much. Um, so, just like most of you, I mean, I can probably guarantee that you're either thinking it right now or you have thought it in the past, but I swore that I would never be a part of network marketing, like ever. Like I would never like align my name with something like that. And I think it's because most of the time it's just done wrong. It's kind of feels icky and just like scammy and salesy, and it's just not what I'm about. So I just didn't think that it's something that I would ever do. But God has a funny way of working things out, right? So when my youngest daughter was born, when Luca was born, I wasn't feeling great. I had a lot of like brain fog and I was exhausted and all the things that I kind of thought that were just normal, mom things. I was just feeling those things. I thought they were normal. But my sister-in-law, she told me that she had these products that would probably help me. So I was like, okay, well, shoot, I'll try anything right now. And she said the cheapest way to get them is to sign up wholesale. So I said, okay, fine. I love to save money. I'll do it. So I did it. And in doing that, I signed up for a network marketing company. And you guys, I was like, oh my gosh, what did I just do? I thought to myself, well, one, it's probably not going to work. So we're good. And two, I'm just never going to tell anybody that I just did this. So that was my plan going into it. The joke was on me because the products really worked. They really, really helped me. I quickly was feeling a lot better. And I was like, well, dang, I'm probably not the only one who felt like that. So I should probably tell somebody. So I went on Facebook and I just kind of like justified, well, if I just make one post, then at least maybe I'll help somebody and then we'll be good. So I went and I made that post. And you guys, people cared what I said. They cared what I was talking about. And I wasn't the only one who felt that way. And they bought it. My first paycheck was $600. It was a little bit over $600. And in that moment, I was like, oh my gosh, you actually can make money doing something like this. I even asked myself, like, if I made $600 just sharing about this, like, what could happen if I made an intentional business out of this? So I did. I made an intentional business and I was really successful. I became one of their 6-figure earners. I got the car, I got the trips, I got the shopping spree, like all of that. It was awesome. Like I didn't think that it was ever possible, but it was, and it really grew my belief in network marketing. So what started my like decline and the things that I started to be like, I don't really like that, was the fact that I had found all of this success, which sounds silly, but my team, the people who joined me in it, they weren't finding any level of success, like nowhere near what I was doing. And that part did feel kind of icky and gross. It felt like I'm up here at the top and they can't get anywhere near that. And I didn't like that. So I started to feel like I was wasting their time. I felt like the most I could do to help them was to cheer them on, was to just like literally like be a cheerleader, just cheer them on, like, good job, keep going, just keep showing up. And at some point, I just decided like, I can't do that anymore. I can't keep telling these people to spend their precious time on something that wasn't going to get them where they wanted to go. So I kind of took a back seat and pumped the brakes on that business. I kept taking the products, but I stopped actively working the business side of it. At the same time, in that company, I had a friend, her name's Francesca, and she was feeling all of the same things that I was. She was the same level as me. She was a 6-figure earner. She went on the trip and got the car, all the same things. And her team was struggling too. They could not do what she was doing. So where I kind of just told you, I took a back seat of the business, she decided, she was like, heck no, this industry is awesome. I'm going to go see what else is out there. So she did all of the research and she found Q Sciences. And I watched her find it. I watched her come here and I was like, "Oh my gosh, what is she doing? Like she's changing companies. Like this is crazy." And when she found this company, it checked every single box that she was looking for, plus boxes that she didn't know she was looking for. It had it all. So she came here, she was pumped and I was like, "Well, I'm just going to watch her. I'll watch and I'll see what happens." So you guys, I watched and I was like completely blown away, but it took me a really long time to do something about it. She came here and she had a lot of fast success, which, if I'm being honest, wasn't super surprising to me because she's kind of the person that would be successful anywhere. But what really got my attention was when I saw her team winning with her. I knew that that was an issue that she had in the past, and the fact that it wasn't just her finding success really spoke to me that this really was different. So by the time I joined her, she already had 10 six-figure earners on her team. Like that's a lot. That's a lot of really successful people. Um, so how it all happened, I watched for a long time. I thought I should do it. I even went to my husband at one point and I was like, "Look, like I think I should do this." And he was totally on board. He was like, "Yes, you definitely should do this." And I didn't. I let every single fear in the book hold me back. But then finally, in September, I was scrolling through Facebook and I saw that she had promoted again. And this time it said it was to a level called Blue Diamond. And now you don't have to know much about a comp plan at all to know that if it says a diamond in it, you guys, I'm telling you, it's a really big deal if it has the word diamond in it. So she hit the level called Blue Diamond. And what that means here, it said it in the post somewhere that her new base pay, you're going to, it's crazy. Her new base pay was $90,000 a month. Not a year, a month. And I was like, what in the world? Like this is crazy. So in that moment, I had to have like a straight up pep talk with myself. Like, okay, Britt, that's enough. You have to put all of the fears, all of the doubts, all of the whatever is going on aside because this could totally change my life. 100%. So that was my wake up call. That's where I drew my line. And I messaged her the next day and I said, "Okay, Fran, I don't know what's going on over here, but I need you to tell me everything. Like, I want to talk." So we got on a Zoom. She told me everything. And you guys, after we talked, I could not unhear what she told me. I could not unsee what I saw in the comp plan. It is the best compensation plan I've ever seen. And I knew I had to do it. And we're all busy. Like, I'm sure that all of you guys are like, "Well, I'm just too busy." We're all busy. I have two kids. And at that time, we were in the middle of packing up our house for a cross country move. Like, I did not have the time, but I had watched for so long that I knew what was going on and I knew I didn't want to miss out on one more day. I felt the urgency of the ground floor timing of just getting in and running. So I just did it. My packing, our moving truck was a funny story because I put off moving because I was so invested in building this business. But I made the time for it because it was really important to me. So I started in October, and 7 weeks in, I became a six-figure earner here, which is just wild. And then by week 12, I doubled that income and hit the rank of platinum. And I just got paid. And like I said, in my last company, I was a six-figure earner. My paycheck this month was more than double my highest paycheck there, if you want to do the math. Pretty wild. Like, I'm still in disbelief of what got put in my bank account. And I'll tell you that it was the biggest blessing to me. Some people get uncomfortable talking about money. I don't. So I'm going to go there. I will tell you that money isn't going to solve all your problems. It's not going to fix things. But if you aren't stressed about money, life is so much sweeter. Like, already I feel like I am noticing like less arguments with my husband. I'm noticing that even our kids can pick up on the fact that we're less like tense and stressed. Um, I mean, I don't know if you guys have ever gone to the grocery store and you're like adding up in your head the amount of groceries in your cart, because if you go over, your cart's going to decline. And it's going to be really embarrassing when you're at checkout, like, "Oh my gosh, I'm that person right now." And I'm speaking from experience because I hate that. And I never, ever, ever want to be there again. And thank the Lord I won't be. But it's all of these little things. It's not having to tell my kids like, no, we can't afford to go to the zoo today, or all of those things. I don't want that. And even this whole thing goes even further. My husband, he was a police officer. And the night before Luca was born, he got in a fight with a felon and they blew out his knee, not with a gun, don't worry, he didn't get shot. But in the fight, he blew out his kneecap and he got medically retired. He couldn't go back to the job. His knee is too jacked up. So, with a medical retirement, we lost more than half of his income. We lost all of our benefits, medical, everything. So, our life has just been like crazy the last few years, just trying to figure out what's next and financially just going backwards and backwards and backwards. Anyways, that is why this company means so much to me. That is why I'm so passionate about sharing this business. Yes, our products are awesome. I'll talk about them in a minute, but it's this business that I am so incredibly excited to share with people because I've seen firsthand first what it did for so many other people who came before me, but then also what it's done for me in such a short period of time. So, the company, I talk a lot about how it's ground floor timing. We actually got started in 2012, which I know does not sound ground floor, but I'll explain it. In 2012, we got started by a man named Mark Wilson. And for all you guys on here, I'm so happy there's so many guys. This is awesome. Mark Wilson was a professional football player in the 80s. He was a quarterback for the Raiders. He won 2 Super Bowls with them. Just a really awesome athlete. He went on to play with the Patriots, retired out of football after that, moved on to do real estate development for about 20 years. He was a really successful businessman. He did it in Seattle. Just really smart, became very wealthy through all of this. And he retired out of that after about 20 years, like I said, and thought that he was going to live his dream and spend the rest of his life out on the golf course because he thought that was going to be it for him. So after about 6 months of every single day on the golf course, he was driving home one day and he was like, oh my gosh, I am so bored. Like, I cannot do this every single day for the rest of my life. There is no way. And I think a lot of people can relate to this feeling too, of the fact that we want to have purpose. You know, we want to know when we wake up in the morning and when we go to bed at night that we did something that impacted someone, right? We want to do something that helps. Golfing is so much fun, but he was not having an impact on people. And so he got connected to a man named Dr. Stephen Kimberly. And Dr. Kimberly was the editor-in-chief of WebMD for 15 years. He's a naturopath, but he also studied internal medicine. So he's just an insanely well-rounded doctor and just very smart man. They got together. They created Q Sciences together. Mark was like, I'm going to follow your lead. You are the brains of this. And Dr. Kimberly said, okay, let's do it, but we're not going to cut corners. We're going to do this right. So they started Q Sciences and they had a couple products and they launched in 2012 and the product sales were incredible. The products were helping people so much. So they started with a product called, back then it was called Q96. Now it's called QMax, but Q96 has actually been around for like 30 years. It's an incredible micronutrient supplement. It fills in all of the gaps of your diet. It breaks through the brain wall barrier. Has a chelating process, pulls out the heavy metals. It's insane. It had 33 independent third-party studies done on it, which means that like places like Johns Hopkins and Harvard, they spent their own money researching this vitamin. It's incredible. So their sales, again, were amazing. The problem was they had a really hard time getting people to join the company. So by 2017, so over the span of like 5 years, they only had like 700 ambassadors worldwide, which isn't a lot if you don't know. It's like, it's not at all. It's not a lot. It's kind of like there's a period of time where you can join a company and it's like 2 ground floor. That was then. It was definitely 2 ground floor. So in 2017, they brought in a man named Jake Spencer, and Jake is basically a professional network marketer. He was in the industry from the time he was like 21 years old, I think, just really, really young. He grew teams of tens of thousands of people. He made millions of dollars and was able to retire his family by 30. Just totally set by 30. Sounds wonderful. And he was actually already taking the products and loving them. And so he came in as a consultant because he knew how to run companies like this. So he did some observing and then went to Mark with his notes. And when he did that, I actually got to go out to corporate and meet them. They are phenomenal men. I love being in a company with leadership like them. And Mark said, our company was really good, like really good. Our sales were incredible. Like no issues selling the products. He goes, but I didn't have any interest in being good. I wanted to be great. So that's where Jake came in to take this company from good to great. So Jake with his notes basically said, okay, guys, you need more products. We need like just more. So now we have our full hemp line and our non-hemp nutraceutical line. He said, you need new branding. Your branding is pretty outdated. And so now we have beautiful branding that is so easy to market to both men and women. He said, you need systems. You need company-wide systems in place so that people can come in, plug in to the system and be successful here. Like we need to train people. So many times in companies, you'll join and then it's like, okay, yay, well, good luck. And then you're like, well, what now? So it's not like that here. We have systems in a certain way that we train every single person. And then lastly, and to me, most importantly, he said, you need a new comp plan. Your comp plan sucks. And that's why people aren't coming here. So our new comp plan, if you are familiar with comp plans, you will be blown away. It's the best comp plan I have ever seen. It will blow your mind. If you have not seen it yet, ask the person who invited you tonight for the comp plan video. It's less than 10 minutes and you are going to be speechless. It's the best thing I've ever seen. Jake wrote it himself, like I said. So Mark took all of those things and he's like, okay, let's do it. So we relaunched basically as a brand new company in January of 2018. And Jake was right about all of it. And this company has had over 700% growth since then. I call it like Jake's makeover on the company, because then after it happened, he was like, well, this is pretty awesome. I'm going to stay on. So now he is our president and co-owner. Mark and Jake co-own the company together and Jake is the president. So we have grown well over 700% now. We are in 19 countries. I think we are officially in Mexico now. We were pre-launching, now we're officially in Mexico. We're in 19 countries. I believe we're pre-launching Malaysia next, and then moving on to other Asian countries and Latin American countries, and just going straight global, which is so exciting. Q Sciences is set to quadruple in 2021. And we've already had such explosive growth that I can't even wrap my brain around what quadrupling is going to look like. But I'm excited. I'm excited to be here at the right time for that. And then on top of all of this, you guys, the hemp industry, I don't know if you know much about hemp. I'll talk about it. But the hemp industry alone is set to be a multi-billion dollar industry in the next 5 years. So I feel truly like getting into this company right now would be like going back and getting Apple stock in the 80s. Like, could you imagine if you had gotten a piece of that, what your bank account would look like right now? That's what I feel like we have access to, which is, again, why I'm so excited about this. So that's a little bit about the company, where we came from, the history, the leadership. I'll talk a little bit about the products, but again, I am so pumped and excited for this business. The products. So we have our full hemp line. We have non-hemp nutraceutical line. On the hemp line, I'll talk about that really quick. I don't know if you know much about hemp, but you could do just a really quick Google search and find out that hemp is basically magic in a bottle. It's used for so many different things, like so many different things. I personally use it mostly for my anxiety. Anxiety is something that I have struggled with for most of my life. I have been on medication for it in the past. And if any of you guys have ever been on a prescription anxiety medication, you will know that it works. It works very well, almost too much, because you start to feel numb and you can feel like a zombie. And I have 2 kids, and that's just not something that I was interested in. So I had to figure something else out. And the 2 ways that I have been able to get my anxiety under control naturally is through working out and hemp. And that is, both of those things have been a total game changer for me. So there's a lot of buzz about like CBD hemp right now. It's really like a growing industry, but I want you to know that not all hemp is created the same. Well, first of all, CBD is a lot more commonly known. CBD is just one part of the hemp plant. We have full spectrum hemp, which means we use the entire plant, and that includes CBD, just so you know. So if you have a CBD or a hemp oil at home and you were to take a dropper of it and put it into water, it's going to float on the top. And that's going to visually show you how little it's actually absorbing into your system. it's not. So with those, the most your body is able to absorb is 6 to 10%, and it can take like 90 minutes to feel it. When I used to use a brand before this one, I even remember I would have to go take it like what it felt like 2 to 3 hours before I knew I needed it because it took so long for my body to absorb it. But now I understand why. So, our hemp oil, we have a patented bioabsorb technology, which makes it water soluble. So, if you take oil and you put it into a cup of water, our oil, it's going to dissolve immediately, which is going to visually show you how quickly it will dissolve in your system. So, with our oil, your body will absorb a minimum of 85% of it and you feel it within 15 minutes. It is so fast. So, if you have any others, kindly, I'm telling you, you're wasting your money, and ours is so much better. So that is our full spectrum hemp. It's amazing. It comes in like 4 different flavors. It's awesome. Also on that hemp line, we have a product called Twist. Twist is our CBD water. They come in these individual packets. You put it in your water bottle, you shake it up, and it has 50 milligrams of broad spectrum hemp with an added 10 milligrams of CBD. So again, so good. You feel it so fast. The thing about hemp is you feel all of the feelings of like an anti-inflammatory and like calmness without feeling intoxicated. It is not intoxicating. You're fully present. You're just a lot less stressed and you just feel really good. So I love Twist. It tastes really, really good. We also have hemp rollers that have essential oils. We have hemp creams that's for like muscle recovery or pain, for skin issues, so many different things. Then on our non-hemp nutraceutical line, we have that product that I told you about, the Q-Max. That I don't even feel okay calling it a vitamin or a supplement. It's just so much more next level than that. Um, it's so good for like brain and mental issues, along with filling in the gaps of your diet. So the Q Max comes in my favorite combination called the Q Core. So Q Core is total head to toe wellness. It has the Q Max. It has our probiotic in it, which has prebiotics, probiotics, digestive enzymes, and a gentle cleanse. It's like a one-stop shop for gut health. And then it also has a line. A line is very amazing for inflammation. So if you have like aches, pains, like muscle aches, what's the word I'm thinking of? Autoimmune diseases, you need an anti-inflammatory, but also your cells can be inflamed. This addresses inflammation on the cellular level. So I always like to share this part because it's so awesome. Ladies, you're going to love this. So puffiness, like puffiness in your face and your body. Before I was on a natural anti-inflammatory, I'm telling you guys, my face was so puffy that I probably looked like 5 to 10 pounds heavier than I am. No joke. Like the puffiness in my face would like swallow my eyes. You couldn't even see my eyes. Same with my clothes. I felt like my clothes started fitting better because I wasn't as puffy. So that's in the Q Core. And I'm just going to show you really quick how convenient it is. You're not dealing with pill bottles and like measuring out everything every day. They come in these individual packets. Okay. So this is the AM pack. It says AM on it. This is PM. And so you take this one in the morning. It has everything you need out of those 3 products in there. And at night, you take the PM one and it has it. So super convenient for traveling, for whatever. I don't know. I love convenience. So I think it's pretty awesome. So that's the Q Core. We also have a core for kids. So the kids core comes in a powder form. It has like all of those benefits plus elderberry for immune support, which is so good for our kiddos. And you can add it to like water or juice, yogurt, smoothies, whatever, and it will give your kids whatever they need. And I know my kids are really picky eaters and I have to fill in the gaps of their diet. So I'm super thankful for that. We also have a product called Vitalize. Vitalize is all about hormones, addressing any hormonal issues. We have one for men, one for women. They're adaptogenic herbs, which means that it meets your body where your body's at. It's incredible. We have a product called Trim for weight loss. We have meal replacement shakes. We have an energy drink, so many amazing things. But the last product I want to talk about is called, there are vitamin sprays. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of vitamin sprays. I've never heard of them before, but the fastest way to get a vitamin or a supplement into your system is through an IV. The second fastest way is called sublingual delivery. So when you take these vitamin sprays and you spray it in your mouth under your tongue, it's the second fastest way for your body to get what it needs. So we have 6 sprays. We have a vitamin C with zinc, vitamin D3, a methylated vitamin B12, a boost spray for metabolism and blood sugar, a relief spray for pain and inflammation, and then our number one best-selling product company-wide is our sleep spray. You guys, if you have any issues falling asleep or staying asleep, you need the sleep spray. It is a total game changer. And these sprays are an amazing price point. They're only $17.50 for a full month supply. It's awesome. So that is a very brief overview of our products. There's so much more. There's so much more in detail that we can get in with you. If you have questions about any specific products, ask whoever invited you. We have a product catalog. We have full detailed info sheets in our app that we can send you. Anything you need, but that's just kind of a rough overview. I have been so blown away. It's kind of funny. Every time I do a call like this, I always have this chapstick sitting right here. And I'm just going to tell you that I am so much here for this business that I could be on here just as excited selling you this chapstick because this business is where it's at. I'm so thankful that our products are awesome and I get pumped about them. But the business and this compensation plan are my favorite products to talk about because, again, I totally believe that financial illness is just as real as like a health illness, especially in 2020. I feel like if there's anything we learned is that we all need multiple streams of income. So here, you guys, you have access to having your own business for $39.95. It is it's like the cheapest way to have a business. You can have your own online hemp store. You can build a business. You can build a team of people who want a business with you, and you can be so incredibly successful. Some of my favorite highlights of this comp plan is the fact that one, I told you in my last company, I kind of pulled back because there was nothing I could do to help my team win. Here, I haven't even told you this part yet. I already have 2 six-figure earners on my team. Like, my team is winning so big, and it is the most exciting thing to me. This month, I'm gonna have at least 1 or 2 more, if not more. I'm just pumped. It's not just me. I'm not the only one having mass success. So here, I can actually help my team because we build deep. Because we build deep, I am able to give them volume. I am able to place people under them and literally help them build their teams. It is my favorite thing ever that I can actually help. I still cheer them on every single day, but I can actually physically help them build their business. And that is so exciting to me. Also, in most comp plans, how it works is you make a certain amount on the people right under you. And then it gets like less and less and less. And then finally, there's like a cutoff. And it does not matter what happens after that cutoff. You won't see anything under there. Here, we get paid and we get volume infinite levels deep. So think about this. Every single order on every single level counts. Every order, every level. Like that right there is so unheard of. And then another thing that is really exciting is the fact that we don't have averages. So in my last company, we had this graphic that would go around and it would say an average income per rank. And I'm telling you, it was never accurate. So I have a friend, she's actually on this call. She worked her butt off for 3 years to get to this certain level that said that her income would be about $4,500 a month. 3 years to get there. When she got there, do you want to know what her paycheck was on a good month? It was $2,000. $2,000 is great, but it's not great when you're thinking you're going to be making $4,500. So here, you guys, we don't do averages. There is guaranteed base pays per level. So when you hit a level, you can look at our compensation plan and know exactly what you're going to get paid. So for example, last month I hit platinum. And if you look on the comp plan, it will tell you right there that my base pay is $15,000 a month. I still can't believe that they're paying me that. But that's that. So when I hit that, I knew my paycheck is not going to be a penny less than $15,000. And when you're trying to plan your bills and plan your life and plan ahead, you have to know what you're going to be paid. You can't just wonder and wait and figure out what it's going to be. So that was my guaranteed base pay. And then on top of that, I can earn a customer commission. On top of that, I can get rank bonuses, which I did. So my paycheck was more than $15,000. And then on top of that, that leads me to our financial freedom movement. So Our financial freedom movement is so incredible. When you sign up, when you pay your $39.95, you get access to free financial coaching. And this goes back to Jake Spencer being in the industry and seeing it all. He has seen the good, the bad, the ugly. He has seen so many people come into a lot of money in network marketing and then blow it. They're not smart with it. He has seen so many companies have car programs. So people will get into a lease and then it's a really bad financial situation. That happened to me. I have that car still in my driveway. It's a great car, but it was the worst financial decision that we ever made, honestly. So he's like, we're not doing any of that. Whatever we're going to do is it's going to really help people live financially free. So to start off, you get a free coach. You get a financial coach to help you reach your goals. They are so wise. I had my first meeting a couple weeks ago and it was just mind blowing. It was so eye opening. Like I said, we've been not in a great financial situation. So I kind of went into it like, oh, this is going to be really depressing. But I left so encouraged because she gave me a plan and she made me realize I'm actually going to be debt free in a couple months, which was like, oh my gosh, it was awesome. So you get financial coaching. And then at the fourth rank of elite, then they start paying down your debt for you. You guys, a company that's going to help you pay your debt. So what happened is they sent me a form. I got to fill it out and tell them what credit card I want them to pay off. And they do. For me, they pay $400 a month towards the debt of my choice. And if you don't have debt, if you are so blessed not to have debt, you can send it towards your house payment, your mortgage. You can pay it towards like a 401k or like a retirement plan or whatever. It's just something on top of your paycheck to help set you up for financial freedom and financial success. And that just truly to me shows the heart of this company, like how much they really want to set you up to not be in debt, because debt is crippling. So all of these things have just made me fall more and more in love with this company. I am so grateful to be here, if you can't tell, which makes me so excited to just share this with as many people as I can. So I am going to not take up any more of your time tonight, but if you guys do have questions about anything that I talked about, if you want to see that comp plan video, if you have more questions about the products, please ask the person that invited you and we will get you whatever answers that you need. And I can't think of a better time to start a new business, start something new, take control of your health than the beginning of a new year. That's just my advice. So I hope you guys have a great night. And thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me tonight. I'll talk to y'all later.